everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Kay Thompson. I am a principal broker here at Best Real Estate Company, and this is the latest edition of our Best Real Estate Company Friday Focus podcast. This week's podcast is going to be very specific. I have a few things that I wanted to go over in terms of a lead. We have some changes for a lead generation partner that we have been working with for a long time. I wanted to make sure that people are aware of that. I am going to talk a little bit about MLS, and I'm going to expose you in this podcast for a few minutes to an up and coming MLS that I have to say I'm quite impressed with, and just wanted to kind of give you guys a different way to think about that. And the final thing is that I actually have some reminders and things like that I want to share, some housekeeping things that we're going to talk about. And so, well, maybe those will be sprinkled in as I come think about them. So let's go ahead and get into the housekeeping things first. The first thing that I want to remind everybody is that if you are a Tennessee realtor or a Tennessee real estate agent, doesn't matter, and you use RICE for your errors and omissions, everyone in the state of Tennessee is going to have to renew their insurance policy, errors and omissions, by July 1st. By July 1st, it needs to already be in place. It's going to be considered late, so you really need to do that in June, by June 30th, because they are going to a different schedule requirement, and they're trying to get everybody that uses that insurance on board to be doing that at the same time, kind of like Mississippi. And so for those of you who are licensed in the state of Mississippi, you know that in June, your errors and omissions insurance becomes due. We need to have that paid for and covered by July 1st in order to get credit for us having been in compliance without running the possibility of getting any fees. In the state of Tennessee, if you are late turning in your errors and omissions insurance to the state, it is a $400 fine. Not only will you be fined $400, it is $400 for your broker as well. So we will be broker releasing you probably the week prior, so like that third week there of June. If we haven't received your errors and omissions declarations page, we don't need the receipt showing that you paid it. What we actually need is the declarations page that shows the dates that the errors and omissions insurance is effective. That is actually what we have to turn in to TREC and to MREC so that we can get the credit that's needed for that. They have fined us or attempted to do that in the past. We had a couple of agents be shown grace last year and the year before. They will not show that same grace this year. As a matter of fact, in Tennessee, the Real Estate Commission came here and gave us like an hour continuing education credit for the changes that are coming up. And so I'm letting you guys know it is imperative that you have that thing done by no later than the week prior to the last week of June, so that we can, mark you off our list and we don't have to go through the process of broker releasing you. Also, if you are in the state of Tennessee and you're broker released because we have not received your errors and omissions declaration page, you will still be fined. I, as the broker, won't be fined, but you will still be fined for not having it in on time. So make sure that we're getting that done. The second thing is that I want to remind everybody that we are having our second office meeting of the year. It's going to take place on Wednesday, June the 17th at Bank of Bartlett on Stage Road here in Bartlett, so right up the way from our Memphis office. We will have lunch provided. Thank you to all of those who have already RSVP. We have you down and ready to go for lunch. We are only purchasing lunch for those people who do RSVP. So if you do plan on coming and you don't plan on RSVPing, please don't plan on there being lunch. Obviously, if we have some people, if there's leftovers, we will have those leftovers available to share. But due to the economy and to all of the things that are happening in terms of that, lots of companies are really asking us to be sure that we have the right number of people who's going to show up for an event, because they're trying to save money as well, and not be wasteful. Excuse me. So I do want to honor my commitment that I made with Debbie and Bank of America, Bank of Bartlett, to give them an accurate count so that we can The next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about real briefly was a report that I received. This report can help your clients, buyers, or renters, sellers, to, let's see, let me share it. It will be able to help you to determine a scorecard for energy efficiency in a home. I own a rental property. The first property that I ever bought, I still own it because I was so proud of it. I just wanted to keep it, and now my brother lives in it. And I had them come out and do this. This is Energy Right. It's put on by TVA and MLG&W. So when I went to a community meeting and TVA was there, they talked about this, how you can have this report done for your home or any home that you own for free or rent. And if you fit certain financial and age criteria, TVA has a separate program that will allow you to make some of these corrections on this report free of charge by way of grants. And so for my first property that I ever bought, my overall score is right here. It was 7. And it kind of goes through and tells you what I need to do in order to make my home a 10. So I'm only 3 points off, which is great. And they talk about all of the things. So in the duct systems, I definitely need to get that done. Close gaps in your ducts to get the most energy for your dollars. Air sealing, stay cool in the summer by closing off places where air leaks in or out. Replacing things with the Energy Star doors and windows. And so I actually got several 10s, 7s, and it turned out to be a pretty decent report. So in this area, I got a 9 right here. So my report wasn't really that bad. Like, I just needed to have some things done to fix that. Like, it's very old. I haven't been up there forever. My brother never complains. He pays. So these are the kind of things that, we that they look at. And I just wanted you guys to see it. And you can go to the MLG&W website and search for Energy Right to register for this. You can also go to TVA.com. This is something you can provide your clients with if they're wanting to know, how can I say my home is energy efficient, like in advertising and things of that nature. This report will help them to be able to do that. And I just think it was wonderful. It was a great tool. They set an appointment so that they could make sure that I was there to receive them. I was able to walk around to the different places with the inspector and ask him questions and talk to him about an array of things. He was very detailed in the things that we did right and the things that we really needed to work on. And so it's I've started the process in doing a few of the other things that he put on there, and my brother already sees a difference. So make sure that you guys are utilizing these resources when you are talking to your clients. You may not think it now, but there will be or could be a time in the future where you would need a solution like that for a client. I'm always talking to my clients about these things, and when we're out looking and looking at properties, and I wonder if this is, an energy efficient. I don't know. That's not my area of expertise, but I can direct you to a place or an organization or a tool that will help you to figure that out for yourself. So that's that. And I am so excited. I still have a few minutes left, and I want to talk to you about one last thing, and that is real tracks and MLS. So I was explaining to you guys, and I have always explained to you guys that one of my biggest pet peeves is with being a member of the National Association of Realtors is feeling like I am forced to be a part. And I've never really cared for the fact that a lot of the systems and things that we use as agents, they hoard and gatekeep, um, which it may not be intentionally, but it does create the sense that there's gatekeeping going on to keep certain, people from accessing certain data in a way to push more people towards becoming realtors. And I just don't think that's fair. It's not fair to us as industry people. We should be able to make a decision like that without feeling like we're going to be hindered in our ability to do our job effectively if we don't join a for-profit trade organization. And so, one of the things that most agents have historically said that they are members of boards for realtor boards is because they want to have access to the local MLS and they want to have access to open the key boxes when they um, are out in the field. And so that keeps a lot of agents from having to do that. And so there's been a lot of things going on with the courts and the National Association of Realtors and all of these MLSs and the clear communications rule and all of these things. And so some stuff is coming about that I think will could help us as an industry and as individual business owners. One of the things that we notice is that our attrition numbers in the real estate industry increase significantly when there's economic challenges. That's been the way it has been historically, and probably will continue to be that way. We are a sales industry. The bulk of what we do is commissions based. So when people don't see an opportunity or a consistent way that they can meet their financial goals, then they will jump ship to go, sometimes to something that they feel is a bit more stable and predictable. And one of the biggest costs that agents have consistently is their realtor board fees. So every board is set up different. It depends on where you are. It depends on, the kind of market you serve. That boards may be just a little bit different. They are not exactly the same across the spectrum. But here in Tennessee, in Memphis, I should say, in order to join our local realtor board, your broker has to be a member of the local realtor board. You also have to join NAR, TAR, and MARS. So you have to join all three, the national branch, the state, and the local. I think that's maybe the same for everybody. If they choose to join, like every state doesn't, it's not mandatory in every state that the broker be a member in order for the real estate agent to be a member, but I do believe you have to be a member of each individual branch. So you would have to be a member in order to be a member of the national board. You have to be a member of your state board and your local board. And with that being said, they, gatekeep, and a lot of them sell the data that really should belong to us as brokers and agents. We go out, we get the listings, we collect the data. It should be ours to control, but we hand that over to our multiple listing service that is run by our National Association of Realtors, the For Trade organization. And then they do with it as they please. They sell it to Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com. I could go down the list. And we really have no control over that. Which brings me to this company, RealTrax. It's a Tennessee-based company. They reached out to me because I am a member and affiliate of my state MLS. They wanted to know why I had joined my state, and I explained to them that I have 5 real estate licenses in 5 separate states, and I would love to have one MLS product that I could use across the board. And my state MLS gives me that opportunity to do that. And I also explained that I'm paying one cost. I know what the cost is, all of that. Because my state MLS is not a MLS that's owned or operated by the National Association of Realtors, I can put commission rates in there for that I'm offering other agents, and they will be able to log in and see that. And finally, They have 90,000 participants on the MyState MLS as compared to the 4,505 counties or whatever that we have here in Memphis. And so I'm giving my property more exposure. I'm able to share more information with the agent regarding the property and commission structure. And I'm able to see other. Quickly show you guys a little bit of real tracks. I've already logged into it here. This is where we search, and when we have our office meeting, I'm going to bring my laptop and I'm going to hopefully be able to show this in more detail. But I just wanted to show you guys that for one price, I'm able to list my properties in here. They feed out to all of the public housing portals. If I type Nashville, it'll pull up all the listings for Nashville. So we are able to see Nashville's listings, as you can see here. If I click on this property, I'm just going to click on one just because I want you to see what it looks like. You get this big map that shows you all the properties in the area that we chose. I can see all of the public and private remarks. As you can see that, I can see pictures. I can hear all the documents that I need for this property. It shows me how many days it's been on the market and all of this great info over here. Then you can come down here, and it does have some information, which I think is great. Only the main pieces of information that you would need. And then you have the agent's name and contact information. You can schedule a showing here. This is actually powered by Real Tracks. It works a lot like BrokerMate, but it's their own product. They tell us all about what type of contract we have and so forth and so on. You see a history here. You can see that where internet access is available or what service is available in the area for this particular property. You can also use this mortgage calculator that helps you kind of